For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
NewsSpin is the best. Listen up. NewsSpin is the best. Me say listen up massive. NewsSpin is the best, yeah. Better than every talk show. The most conscious monitor talk show all across the world. Check the signal, it blaze up the gay wave. NewsSpin on your radio, hear me now. Tune in the frequency, come along, Junior. NewsSpin a vice up the place. NewsSpin is the best. Listen to the masses. NewsSpin is the best. Knowledge must abound. NewsSpin is the best. Fancy mound knock a play way. NewsSpin is the best. Papa Bondier by team, all man. A crappy land all across the globe. Echoes of voices, we join in hand. Harmony rising with the afternoon sun. Come along, NewsSpin has begun. NewsSpin is the best. Better than every talk show. The most conscious monitor talk show in the world. The true facts about Sophia Volcano, Sandy Beach, Banana and Sneak Malmo. Voices from the chat room, the capital Castries Hills. We feel you warm Caribbean breeze, teaching the truth, making hearts feel ease. Knowledge must open up every mind. Learn about your island home. We leave no one behind. NewsSpin on your radio. Pull up the volume, Jay. NewsSpin on your radio. Pull up your seats. Afternoon time. NewsSpin on your radio. Come along. NewsSpin on your radio. Let the message strong. Shouts out to Tim on the NewsSpin call, bridging gaps between the youth and the elders. We stand tall. Voices lift up high. now we like me word with our hymns. NewsSpin is the best. Better than every talk show. The most conscious monitor talk show in the world.
According to the island's Prime Minister and Minister with responsibility for finance, they're looking to refine the processes at the St. Lucia Social Development Fund. Somebody says, Jodia Paye, and what role did the St. Lucia Police play in solving a particular crime? Welcome to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. NewsSpin is on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. That's why, as always, we're asking you to please like the video, share, subscribe to the NewsSpin YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to help the NewsSpin YouTube channel grow. We go up until 2 o'clock this afternoon, and I'll be taking your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. Jante is off, so she will not be with us today. And also on Friday, should be back, God willing, on Monday. So I'll try to see from time to time if I could go through some of your comments in the chat rooms. Our NewsSpin question of the day: what good, if any, can come out of the SSDF scandal? Once again, our NewsSpin question of the day, it reads, what good, if any, can come out of the SSDF scandal? And I have some of your comments that I will be going through during the course of the program. And why should I ask such a question? It is because very often there are some negatives that are occurring in this St. Lucia of ours and in our lives. We lose sleep over those things. We ponder over them, but not realizing that somehow a lot of good can come out of those experiences. We ought to learn from them, learn from our mistakes. I think we have been taught that from time to time. That is not making a mistake, but is basically learning from that error. And so some of your comments: SSDF scandal or the web scandal? Oh, is there a spider in the web? And I know that some people have been commenting on a particular apparent incident involving Leonard Spider Motut. I'm not aware of the specifics regarding this particular matter. But let's continue with your comments. Somebody says there, this SSDF scandal will make or break St. Lucia in case of how much power is given to politicians. If this is not handled appropriately, it will set a trend, and we will end up having kings and queens instead of parliamentary representatives. The mishandling of this scandal can lead St. Lucia into some very dangerous times where the people will have no rights and no say. Children, like adults, will not be protected when there is a politician involved. St. Lucians need to buckle up and intensify the pressure, demand that our voices be heard, because we are not in a dictatorship but a democracy. And so much positives can come out of this. For example, greater scrutiny will be brought to the operations of the St. Lucia Social Development Fund. The resources of the fund going forward will be better utilized, because right now it is under microscope, its operations. Right now, a lot of people know a lot more about the SSDF. So in terms of publicity, Many people know about the organization, and many people know about its work. And going forward, the St. Lucian taxpayer will take a deeper interest in the SSDF and who benefits from its resources. And just maybe this administration, if it has done so, and the administrations to come, will not utilize the SSDF as a political tool for it to win elections. And remember I said, if it has done so. And other administrations, no doubt, will learn from this. You are to target vulnerable people and not try to benefit from their vulnerability. Not to use that for you to gain votes. Not to use that to say to them, we have supported you and therefore automatically we expect you to support us at the polls. And therefore going forward, if this has happened, vulnerable St. Lucians will no longer be exploited. And we continue with your responses. Somebody says there, as long as the same people are at the helm, nothing. Another one says there, do not shit where you does eat. So more of your reactions when it comes to political scandals by politicians, especially if they are part of the government. We know very well how this will end. I think I've read this already. So those are your responses to our NewsSpin question of the day. What good, if any, can come out of the SSDF scandal? And I think we are learning a thing or two about audits and the need for our various government institutions to be audited on an annual basis. You cannot enact appropriate legislation that coincide with the setting up of government institutions like the SSDF. And among the many stipulations is that they ought to be audited, and you ignore that stipulation. You totally ignore it. And it could be for a number of reasons. But you ought not to be so flippant in your approach when you are dealing with the resources of the taxpayers of this country. And our ministers with responsibility for finance and other government ministers, very often, if you turn to them for one form of assistance or another, they like to say to you that we have limited resources. And if you have limited resources, the little that you have, the meager resources that you have to maximize its use. Use it efficiently so that, the little kick that we have, more people will benefit from it. Not a situation where those who do not qualify to benefit will get the lion's share for political reasons. And we ought to keep the politicians out of the coffers of institutions like the SSDF. Let's listen now to the leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Shastney, a comment that he made during an interview I conducted with him yesterday on this program.
Prime Minister revealed something that I'm still trying to digest. And soulagement is what I think the term that he used, Tim. And he said that SSDF was being used to facilitate ministers or MPs to provide funds for soulagement for persons in their constituency. So you're saying to me that something that needs to be evidence-based as to who should be on a vulnerable list, who should be entitled to benefit from state resources in a social program, that the SSDF that has this big organization and everybody's been spending time putting that list together, that's being bypassed and allowing now an MP or a minister to make that decision. And we think that that's okay. And we're not going to really understand that that's treating, that somehow can be used to influence votes. And then when we hear a story that $110 million was put into SSDF, and that's why it's so important for the Director of Finance to come out publicly and say once for all, is it true? Is that where the money went? And he's in the position to know, because he is the chairman of the Economic Fund, and he is also the vice chair on SSDF. Is it true that these monies were put into SSDF? And what controls were put in place to make sure that this money was used the right way? What was the criteria? What was the standard? What was the basis for putting the money in there? And who was going to have and benefit from that? And how many people did? Because to do this leading up to an election can only create suspicion and will only allow and cause all of us to speculate. Now, I can say to you, in running the election, we saw a lot of money on the ground. A lot. So you can imagine when I heard the Prime Minister give those numbers in Parliament, I went, okay, now I understand how much was put out there. And the question is, where's the accountability? And this is all of our business.
You just heard from the leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Shastney. He called the broadcast yesterday. We have a lot more to discuss between now and when we conclude. But in the meantime, let's take your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, 716-2026. And let me see if I have a WhatsApp message to go through. And somebody says that via WhatsApp, Tim, does the SLP administration believe that victory has taken away our freedom of speech? Ministers and hacks think they can dictate what, when, and how we speak. Rubbish. They need to cease for this attacking our voices immediately. Okay, we'll take a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. We'll try again. Hello.
Good day, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yes, Tim. Tim, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How about you?
I'm good, Tim. Foster Chico, Tim. I'm just giving you a final update on my inquiries there on my distribution of letters to the parties concerned. Tim, today I completed my task.
You're working with the General Post Office now. You're a postman.
Yeah, Tim. I'm working home affairs, Tim. I'm working for myself. I'm working from home.
Okay, go ahead.
So I have all the time in the world, more than the politician. I serve the Director of Audit, Parliamentary Commission, Parastatal Monitoring Department, Financial Investigations Authority, Bar Association, Commissioner of Police, and Special Prosecutor Team. All those offices mentioned there are persons who, public officers who are appointed to carry out various investigations, Team, and queries when the public have issues. Our mandate, Team, is to give them at least 7 days to acknowledge receipt of our correspondence and to give us feedback after the 7 days. Thereafter, if they don't, we are going to go into Plan B. Now, Plan B is up to them. So, but Tim, that's all for now. Tim, I heard you and your last caller yesterday, Rick. And I want to ask you a question, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
For the benefit of new spinners and Rick. Do you have any doubt, you Timothy, that there is an investigation going on involving Richard Frederick and the police? Do you have any doubt about that?
No, I don't. Why should I have a doubt?
You do believe,
why should I doubt this?
So you do believe there is an investigation going on involving Richard Frederick?
Well, that's what the Prime Minister said, that there is an investigation on the way. I don't know the nature of the investigation, but there is an investigation on the way, yes? And I'm expecting another update either from the Prime Minister or from the Police Commissioner.
Okay, well, in my assessment, listening to you and Ricky yesterday, I was of the view that you all did not know that the investigation was on. But let me just remind the people, Tim, because we have very, very short memories in St. Lucia. Let me just remind the people. The accused minister himself said, after he was released from custody, he went on his show that same night, July 2nd, which incidentally, Tim, is 5 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago. He went on his program and he said that he woke up with the police at his house. They searched and they asked him to come down to the station, which he did. According to my information and all my information, I have cross-checked, double-checked, triple-checked. He was in custody for at least 12 hours. Thereafter, he was released about 8:25 p.m. on the 2nd of July. He went straight to his show, which commenced at 8:40. He said he and his co-host said they were a few minutes late. So he got there after 8:40. And he said on the show that the police told him of the alleged complaint against him, the complaint made against him. And he made a statement indicating that he will never cross that line. And he said further, he has 5 daughters. That would indicate to me as a person, probably because, not to the ordinary man, but to me, I know exactly what he was saying that he was investigated for, based on what he said. So I had no doubt in my mind from that night, 2nd of July, what the minister is under investigation for. The police, now, a press conference was on that same day. The 2nd of July was the first day. A press conference was convened or scheduled for that same morning, police press conference. And it ended well before the minister left custody, the custody center where he was. And the minister on the show also said that when he was released, the police kept his cell phone. And as far as my information goes, they have not returned his cell phone to him. So his cell phone is still with the police, and the police is still conducting their investigation. There is no doubt about what I have told you there. So, anybody in St. Lucia who said they don't know what is going on so far, they either don't have access to any telephone, any radio, or they're living somewhere under the sea in St. Lucia. Any questions for me, Tim?
None, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have a WhatsApp message, and this message, it reads, interesting, what good can come out from this SSDF is simply when the populace decide to rise up against the misuse and misappropriation of funds designated to change their own livelihood. Yes, we'll be calling for the immediate arrest and imprisonment of those alleged to have embezzled the funds, as this will send signals to all who believe that we will continue to turn a blind eye to state-sponsored corruption. We must always remind the public of this deceitfulness of the SLP, which started with the now silenced former Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony declaring defending at a political market step meeting that the accusations of misappropriation of the use of monies allocated for the deprivation, which we are all aware to be state-funded donations allocated to improve the life of destituted individuals. Yes, there was this huge smokescreen used to cover up crooked individuals. All right, let's take a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, good afternoon to you, Rick.
You keep drawing me from my work, boy. I thought, well, I know you said the phone wasn't coming across properly yesterday.
No, it wasn't. No.
So I hope it's coming across.
It's a lot better today.
Good. Yesterday, I tried to establish a number of things, Tim. I tried to establish that the police had not issued any kind of statement related to a very public statement by the Richard Frederick. I tried to make that very clear.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Frederick had made certain statements, certain shocking statements in relation to a minister, that he had woken up in the morning to find himself more or less surrounded by cops who required him to go, he uses his own words, but of course you and I know that means he was detained at the police station. He was then kept for hours. I would imagine the word for that is detained. But you could also say, you were requested of me to come and answer some questions. You can put in all the kind of nice words, but we know what that really means, right?
Yes.
Are you hearing me clearly the same thing?
Very much so, Rick.
Okay, good. So what I'm saying is the nation has no idea other than what for want of a better word, alleged suspect of what I don't know. Citizens don't just get arrested because they're not good looking. So I want to be very, very careful and say policemen arrest people and take them to the police station for questioning on the basis of suspicion. Would that be a reasonable deduction?
It is.
Yeah, but we have no idea this precedent-setting situation, why an MP would have been required, taken from his home and kept at the police station for hours, etc., with absolutely no statement from the police. This is not a guy picked up from Babylon, an ordinary person, or somebody from Kubari, or an ordinary person. You know, this guy, we're talking about the centralist, is a minister of government with several terms a parliamentarian, an ostensible exemplar to our young people, actually a giver of advice on conduct from his show, all of those things. And for him to find himself arrested with no explanation to the police, the people who elected him. He's a member of our parliament. The police arrest him and say nothing about it, despite that he made some very disturbing statements in relation to his detention. Because no matter how you look at... Hello?
Yes, you're there, Rick. You're there. Continue.
No matter how you look at it, the statements Frederick made about himself as an MP and so on are disturbing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, they are.
Especially being a minister of government. The Prime Minister, on the other hand, said he would take no questions on Richard Frederick whatsoever. And until the investigation is concluded and he has a report from the investigation. And our wonderful press people never thought to ask him, but sir, what investigation are you talking about? And what are you expecting from the police? Nobody has that, you know. But meanwhile, we are all over the place in all kinds of confusing ways of things we don't understand ourselves. I mean, I'm not the biggest dope in the world, but I really cannot concentrate on all the things. I'm honest with that. I really can't concentrate on all that stuff about the SSDF vouchers and whatnot, Tim. I find it, I am thinking the average person is as confused or by now as uninterested as I am. I am a lot by far more interested in why the police would have arrested a minister and kept him for a number of hours and take over his phone, and we have some kind of official stamp on that, at least of a kind, the recognition by the Prime Minister that he's being investigated, right? We know all those things for a fact. There's no questions about that. We are now supposed to make certain demands now.
But so therefore, Rick, who should be answering those questions, Rick?
Who should be answering the questions? The police, number one, and in another capacity, the Prime Minister. Because the Prime Minister cannot go into explaining at this point any police investigation or suspected crime. I don't think it's enough for him to say the police are investigating him, I suppose. Okay, and he may choose not to say what, but the police don't investigate people in terms of how long your toenails are. So it would be in the interest of our concern if the Prime Minister eased up our minds, for example, that while the police brought the man down, it's not that he's suspected of committing a murder. It's not that he is suspected of committing some serious crime. So rest easy. It may be just traffic tickets, things like that. So he chooses not to tell us what it's about. So we are free to conjecture on that.
But hasn't the Prime Minister and the government demonstrated that it does not feel compelled to provide or furnish the St. Lucian public with answers to issues that seem a little murky, things that they ought to know about? I mean, if you check GPH and a number of other deals, etc., if the Prime Minister and the government has not come clean on this, what gives you the impression on this matter involving the government minister that the Prime Minister himself will clarify those issues, those concerns?
Well, how I look at it, it's a different look. As always, I'm consistent on that. Doesn't matter who's in office. In my time, when I was dealing with John Compton and whatnot, I didn't expect answers from him. I did my investigation, and I presented what I need to present. And my whole career has been based on that. Whatever I wrote about Kenny Anthony, I didn't wait for Kenny Anthony to volunteer it. I would come up with what I have, make sure it's impeccable, and demand, not even demand, request of him an answer. And his non-committal answer or his no answer, whatever, left me free to speculate based on the things I collected for myself. Because he knows damn well, all prime ministers know they are accountable to the people. And if there is certain evidence, the reporters and so on, have done their work, you'll find that the prime ministers react to that, It is because we don't have a functioning media. We don't even know what questions to ask in the best interest of the people. We're such as prime ministers and other ministers of government. They're all politicians from Compton all the way from Georgetown. They're all politicians, and they will answer questions at their convenience. It is for the reporters to get facts and put it before them so they don't chance some convenient story.
So now, Rick, the reporters have not done this. You, as a prominent journalist up to now, kind of semi-retired, you have raised this particular issue on this broadcast today, and the Prime Minister's handlers, the Prime Minister's PR people, I'm sure they are monitoring this broadcast. He will know about it. Don't you expect before the end of the week, by tomorrow, next week, the Prime Minister should furnish the answer to the people of St. Lucia on this?
You know what I expect? I really expect the Prime Minister to make a statement on Richard Frederick's arrest. I really expect that. I also expect the Prime Minister to make a statement on other aspects of that Richard controversy that's well known to the public and have nothing to do with the. Actually, the things we know about him on the space of it have nothing to do with the police. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
The things we know and we have seen really have nothing to do with the police here.
Such as what? The
Whatever
checks?
it is the police are investigating, we don't know what it is. But we know the things we know. We know the Prime Minister and the various governments of departments are accountable to the people for them. Like, for example, the SSDF thing and so on and so on. If there is anything to be answered at all, it is the SSDF people who are supposed to answer and put people's minds at rest, you know. It is very, I know the rude it's contemptuous and contemptible that a department is under such scrutiny by people and all kinds of allegations being made by regular people as well as the opposition, and nobody in that department has anything to say.
Don't you think the Prime Minister would have instructed them not to say anything? He's also the line minister for the SSDF.
No, I would not assume the Prime Minister would tell them they have nothing to say, because the pressure should remain on the SSDF to provide information. You know, the buck ultimately stops at the Prime Minister's desk. I grant you that totally. And if the SSDF should somehow come short, the Prime Minister will have some serious answers and probably in a real country, serious repercussions for him. But I accept that politicians in whatever position, Tim, always give the most convenient answer everywhere. The work has to be done by journalists to basically squeeze the truth out of our politicians. That's how it's always been, you know, Tim.
Yeah, I agree.
That's how it's always been. So while it is a fact that the Prime Minister or other ministers of government owe us accountability, you've heard me complain about that before. When a minister stands in the House and he says, I have a report, and the report says so and so, nobody asks who conducted that report, what were the terms of reference, is that report going to be published? Is there still room for us to, after we've read the report, that we can do something about what we want to make sense? And so we don't have any of we have those things in place, but they're dysfunctional. You getting my point, Tim?
Yes, sir, I am.
Yeah. So people are getting away, for one of a better phrase, getting away with murder in the country. You know, my faith in Philip here remains. Why? Because he's my friend, I know him well, and I cannot see him just swallowing the unswallowable. I can't see that happening.
But don't you think your friend has been in politics for too long?
That's what makes him.
Your friend also was once the leader of the parliamentary opposition, and your friend also knows the need for accountability and transparency. He was part of a government that preached that in 1997. So therefore, now he is at the helm. Your friend ought to have learned a thing or two from his previous boss, Dr. Kenny Anthony, and without him being challenged, being begged, being cajoled into answering those questions, deal with it up front. Your friend also, Rick, your friend also by now should have had an address to the nation on this particular issue. And there's another phrase, you know. Tell me your friends, Rick. Tell me who your friends are.
Right, you know who you are. Tim, those are very good, serious questions, regardless of the joking we're doing there. Very serious questions. Let us begin with no politician will tell you, except under duress, anything that's going to be embarrassing to him. So you need good journalists and you need effective opposition to squeeze it out. Any politician. Does the politician have a duty to keep the people informed? Yes. The problem is they decide what information they want to give and how they want to give it. That is the problem. And that's why you always need more than the politician. Because the politician will give you the information that suits him. But those of us who are functioning citizens, functioning opposition people, and functioning members of the media, we go and dig it out so that he dares not give us just a convenient answer. That's what I'm saying.
But we can't force the prime minister to answer. But I agree with you. The question should have been posed to the prime minister, and then allow the public to read into his response.
Exactly.
Yes.
The questions are not even posed because we hooked into things like the CIP, the whole CIP thing, Tim. I thought that was a manger cochon because I going to accuse, make allegations about the CIP. Then name people who you know are in charge of what and what is wrong and require them to give us some plausible answers. You don't just say umbrella term. The CIP this and the CIP operating. That is stupidity. That's a waste of time. The CIP is this, that CIP is that. And you're not coming up with so-and-so was done and so-and-so was done and that guy is responsible for so-and-so and so. Even when the CIP comes up with a report, the report should be questioned. Who prepared this audit? And you know, talking about audits, Tim, there's a whole thing now, audit. I think I tried to ask you the question yesterday. Is this government, or any government that we've been through, can we say of them that they produced reports on time as required by law before Parliament, Tim?
No, they haven't.
None. So who's responsible? That committee we have, the House Committee, what is it?
Public Accounts Committee.
We don't give a hell that thing doesn't sit. We have an Integrity Commission. When did you ever hear from who is the current Integrity Commission leader, president, whatever?
I remember his name, but he's a religious leader.
Exactly, we don't know. That should be common knowledge. When last did you hear anything from the DPP?
I think it's Miss Popo. I think his last name is Popo.
You think?
Yeah, his last name is Popo.
When the last did we have something useful from the DPP or something that we could hang our hat on and not be worried that he's lying again because the commissioner of police called him a blatant liar. And we hear all the stories about the DPP, what he was hired to do, why he got special money. We just swallow that. The special prosecutor, we don't know shit about what he's doing. We heard what he came in for. We basically had a case for him just to go to court with it. Look where he is. Contract gets renewed. A number of things that should be brought to him. You have Chico and those guys walking around going to see this thing. You know nothing is coming out of that because that is the way it is. When an opposition group hands a complaint to, let's say, the Taiwanese ambassador, the Taiwanese ambassador is gracious and the Taiwanese ambassador will receive it. But you really think the Chinese ambassador gives a damn about it, especially in our circumstances as they are right now? Don't forget, the Labour Party had a shot at that too. They had a shot at calling on the government of Taiwan to dump, what's his name?
Tom Chu?
Tom Chu.
Tom Chu.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Big deal. They call it the Taiwanese money, dirty money. They call it prostitute. Every name under the sun. They insulted. They even said the guy couldn't come to certain parts of St. Lucia. He was persona non grata. And then they wrote at him removed. You know what happened? I think the guy stayed about 4 years more than he was due. These people work with the government. And you must always remember, the government supplies those ambassadors with reports here. And the government of Taiwan and them are satisfied with those reports. So when you come with opposition reports and whatnot, it takes a lot more than writing a letter to the Taiwanese just because they contribute money. We have to face the reality that these ambassadors work with the government of the day, and the government of the day gives them reports that they are obviously satisfied with. You ever heard any ambassador complain about a report given to them on any monies that we had from them? Anyone? There's been none. And there's a reason for that. The ambassadors work with the government of the day. They don't want to upset their relationship with the government of the day, especially when we have a non-existent opposition. That by the look of it, ain't about to be even ready for an election next 10 years, by the look of it. You see what I'm saying, Tim? We must also deal with the realities and not just with the ideals. We would like that, we would like that. We don't even have a functioning citizenry. We don't have a functioning citizenry. We have audiences for various talk shows. And nothing you do changes the perspective of the different audiences. The audience crowd, nothing you can do to change how they react to them. Your crowd, nothing. I don't want to call your show a political show because I don't want to think I am a political show, because the things I'm saying while they are in politics, I'm not interested in the partisan politics. I'm interested in saying the people are getting screwed and the people have a duty. So, that's my final point. The people ultimately have the first duty, Tim. The first duty of a citizen is to ensure good government. The first duty of a citizen is to ensure good government. It was on that premise that I broke rules in 1997 and mounted a platform, because I thought what I was going to do, nobody could do it better than I could, the particular thing I was going to do. So I put the country ahead of any kind of notions about independence of journalism and whatnot. I simply said, look, when I write my stuff, no, this paper does not like Compton. Don't look in this paper for any promotion of Compton. I also knew I had a serious responsibility of being able to prove immediately on the platform what I was saying about Compton. You get me, Tim?
Yeah.
Not for later. Whatever I said about him, I was able to prove right away. I would read things or I would show things, etc. So let not our citizenry believe, let's talk about Tasmania or Pitt or Compton. We are the biggest flipping failures. We are the worst enemies of ourselves. We the people of the country, red, yellow, or whatever. Whatever is happening in this country, good, bad, or indifferent, is happening based on the attitude of the people of this country. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Just heard there from Rick Wayne. We continue with your calls and your WhatsApp messages. And let us see if we have any of your messages to go through right now while we are awaiting your calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. And somebody says there via WhatsApp, Rick is correct, but the Taiwanese have never had others reporting the government of the day either. So now they will view the reports from the government with suspicion. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Another WhatsApp message. Lucians, I don't know what you, but government about you. But government is not a party and people. You have a right to ask the government any question about the country that you want. But what I have noticed that anytime you ask this government a question, it is like a crime that you commit to ask the government what they are doing with your money. That is according to a WhatsApp message. Let's take a call on the landline. Good afternoon to you. NewsSpin, you are on the air. Hello?
Good afternoon to you.
Oui, bon après-midi, mon coulide. Ça qu'a fait?
Achayda qu'a fait. Il parle de petit monde à chaud massage pour.
WhatsApp.
Du busy.
WhatsApp ko bay comme qui manière bay là yé. Pardon.
Mais il m'a dit ça moi voulais dire bon c'est je ne mais là SLDF te rabais une journée pour vivre l'école ça va quoi le dire qui manière est actuellement. Ma carte rien rentre l'argent passé qui manière bailler. Je vais prendre tout ce monde pour faire un petit travail, pour bailler un petit salaire pour m'envoyer à l'école. Avec même ça, je me sens mal à la nettement, ça va bon.
Okay. So, un monde do ça? Because bon content ça.
Ou bon content ça?
Non, non.
Tout ce monde là qui devrait travailler là l'année passée, on cherche dit au pas travailler là.
Ah, OK.
Moi-même, ni on là.
OK.
Il respecte le couille, il plein meeting, hop, tout dans le bon ça, couille, il dit la bonne l'argent.
Moi wonder ça yo fait là.
Ça c'est ça massacre là. Ça yo fait bien. Bon, on l'entend encore. Là c'est mon à l'hôpital, yo ka boire, yo ka manger. Yo pas flipper l'hôpital là du station, ça pas bon. Ils changent en l'autre là pour vivre l'hôpital.
Oui, ça vrai.
Tout ce monde qui a dressé une chute là. Là, il faut que vous mettre, c'est plus l'argent pour vous mettre pour mes là, pour vous même. So, di yo paye bil yo, moi-même pas bil rappel là. On toujours dit moi la Washington. Moi non chay moun ka complain. Docteur ka complain. Yo pas ça ni l'argent puisque il non chay moun qui doit là yo pas ka payer. Qui moun là qui ka vivre qui pas vivre ou blessé jour ou supposé payer. Là on va ça payer ou de rapporter sac manger ou une banane n'importe ça on de accepter. Bon actuellement ils sont pas espoir yo va faire. Bon yo va pris en ça puisque l'homme malade. Non on la computer ou pas payer. So laisse ça on va entrer à l'hôpital et puis dit docteur pas entrer mais il pas garder pour ça vous devez aller payer bill là.
Moi d'accord avec ça.
C'est l'argent c'est mon n'a payer pour tout oui mettre tout bail. Yo ne vous bail ça vraiment manger poisson toute cette classe de bail ça pas manger chicken va manger poisson. So laisse ça là yo ni pour faire manière même si on pas bail tout l'argent mais ça bail en petit bail même c'est pas fixe tout commencer payer yo pas vous le payer mais yo pas payer. Bon, là, il faut qu'on plaindre l'hôpital, si l'hôpital, ça. Bon, c'est pas docteur qui a mis l'argent que le bill là-bas, comment? Qui ou moi, où on doit payer le bill là? Moi-même, pas mêlé, il n'y aura pas content, moi, tu m'en fous.
Oui.
On a parlé, margin, on a parlé des affaires sciences. Ici, moi-même, des cadres, le gouvernement, parce qu'il y a la peine couille en l'air. Ça pour le gouvernement faire, m'a dit, on paye online. Si on va faire une paye office, ça paye online. Moi, si on va pas payer online, mais on va assurer du courir non tout ça cadre c'est moi du crédit union va faire.
Ça c'est une longue liste.
Ma mère laisse ça, mais c'est on va bon mon gars ça continue de doué. Yo pas doué quoi, yo pas finir payer bill là. Là yo fini on va dans l'hôpital pas nuit mais en bagnon les moi regarder pour mettre ma qui elle centre qui l'hôpital up tout mal, j'ai dit moi c'est une jour. Moi de la Washington. Et puis moi de là. C'est mon a fait tout bail moi fait 5 mois moi paye bill moi. Mais le gouvernement pièce computer pas ça couiller non moi bis madre yo. C'est mon qui garde l'hôpital là aller payer bill yo. Parce que yo dit sorti on pas venir office là payer online. Yo pas ça dit moi menti yo va tenir bien sur yo. Yo la ka coûter ça a dit yo fin bio dia assurer di yo attendre moi si me parler crédit parce que moi parler avec jeune femme et bien mais yo bon kay moi venir assurer parler ni tu le parler ça fait moi ou pas ni si me parler assurer di yo tout attendre voir moi oui
ou pas ni temps pour ça
man temps pour ça depuis venir là kay moi c'est pas en commission venir faire pour vieux pas ma chez nous là kay moi assis pour parler bêtise so là ça la manita pour bêtise
so toujours comment
moi toujours con.
OK.
Là moi là quand moi continue à dire on tiche moi puisque l'école fermée.
Oui.
La tende on allait faire des affaires aujourd'hui. Plus on aller casser des affaires. So là ça la manite moi mes pharmacie bokai moi c'est plus mauvais bail pour une femme comme Awadou qui pas dit pas toi avec privilège dans pas la porte. C'est dernier qualité bail qui ni. C'est là moi voulais venir sur autant moi yo pas connaître qu'on arrêter mais là moi yo connaître qu'on arrêter bien.
So ça danger oui hein. So yo agis pour Maou.
Maou a mon yo ba ça son epi.
Pour qui ça?
Là on contact Maou pourquoi? Qui me le va faire pour. Femme qui boit mon gars pour Maou yo. Maman yo. Tu m'as fait quoi moi molle? Maman
ou bien monter.
Ababito moi sorti. So, moun pas faire ça yo vle puis moi yo pas parler pour chaud mais yo pas aimer moi. Yo savent ça yo ka dire clan yo mais yo pas aimer moi. Il n'en pas mi dit ça yo dit puis n'a parler pour on le dire. Il commence ma yo ka vinn bokay moi. Ma fait yo rien, yo savent ça yo dit ma oui moi. So ma oui apporte il va moi bon. Laisse ça rôle quoi yo pas bon. Depuis dit ma oui a ba là il vinn dit moi.
Ouais.
Ça ou pas te moi connaître ça qu'a dit papa les affaires moi Marie puisque Marie a c'est pas le caban l'argent dans les pour moi et puis a dit monsieur quand est dans bel bonjour parce que moi connais tellement ma connaître non mais il connaît moi les radio so moi mais il passe c'est mon qui en placement.
OK ma coulette.
OK
merci beaucoup
ça va passer oui.
OK
Un bel bonjour.
All right. Bye bye ma coulette. Thank you so much for your contribution. This is the most monitored talk show in the world, The Briefcase, They are open today. They have been closed from Tuesday, the 28th of July, and they have been back conducting business. So you're a client of the briefcase, looking forward to benefit or to access their various services. They have reopened their operations as of today, Thursday, the 13th of August. Still to come, more of your calls and your WhatsApp messages. The broadcast continues momentarily.
Advance your career at Lightspark Training with a globally recognized certification. Conveniently located on High Street, Castries, Lightspark offers a wide range of programs to make the most of your career. Certifications in project management, risk management, quality management, marketing, ACC accounting, human resources, Microsoft, Cisco, and IT technician certification, graphic design, web design, and programming. Complete a diploma in accounting in 6 months or a bachelor's degree in just over a year. Call us today at 451-8918 or visit us at www.lightspark.com.
At an unbeatable price, visit Kenty's today, your one-stop shop for wholesale and retail liquor and frozen foods. Now fully stocked with chicken wings, chicken legs, chicken necks, pigtails, turkey wings, and so much more. Visit Kenty's on Chaussee Road today or give them a call at 461-3446. Kenty's, frozen fresh, great prices, and service you can trust.
First National Bank is here for you. Let's make your first wish come true. With a mortgage built around you, tailored to make sure everything's smooth. 100% financing, it's true. Get a first wish mortgage, it's the best move. Get your mortgage now and fulfill your first wish. Just knowing that First National Bank is here for you. Let's make your first wish come true.
Visit your First National Bank branch or firstnationalbankonline.com to apply for your first wish mortgage.
Prepare for the hurricane season by ensuring trees and other objects on your property won't get tangled in overhead wires. Be careful. Ensure ladders and tools don't come within 10 feet of power lines. If a tree is near electrical lines, don't try to trim it yourself. Contact Lucelect at 452-2165 or 454-6617. Be smart, stay safe.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Mercury Fest is calling. Epic Events and Events St. Lucia presents St. Lucia Mercury Fest Weekend. Saturday, August 15. Peach and Island Beach comes alive with Meryl, Ezra the Fun Machine, Andrew, Sally Boy, Black Boy,
your hands have to touch money floor,
and more. DJs, DJ MJ, Hollywood HP, A1 Jugglers, Lychee Sounds, Levi Chin, DJ Shanks, and top regional DJs. Get your tickets now at fourcirclestickets.com, Bazooka.com, The Cell, and 6-Car Rental at the Ronnie Bay Marina. St. Lucia Mercury Fest Weekend, supported by the St. Lucia Tourism Authority.
The very popular Catch a Day is back, and the buzz is going around like a busy bee. And it makes sense because customers are guaranteed 15% off on all Kasha machines. People have been itching to hear this news, and it's finally here. The dates, August 28th and 29th, 2026. The place is Europa Hardware in Masad. The event is Catch a Day for the fathers, men and ladies too. Everyone wants to pay less and get more. This is your time. Vacuum cleaners, pressure washers, steam cleaners, upholstery cleaners, carpet cleaners, floor scrubbers, and more. Don't say if I knew. Now you know. 452-0763. Europa.
Now is the time to head up. Join us at the Bellevue Hotel Rooftop Lounge for the Rooftop After Work Lime, happening every last Thursday from June through November. We kick things off Thursday, June 25th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Come through for sunset views, cocktails, good music, great people, and the kind of lime that makes you forget about that work email. Bring your crew, meet somebody new, and enjoy a different seasonal vibe every month. Entry is US $40 per person. Space is limited, so don't get left downstairs. Call 456-1800 to reserve your spot. The Rooftop After Work Lime at Bellevue Hotel. Your new favorite way to end the month.
When your doctor recommends an MRI, choose La Clinique du Corps. Right here in St. Lucia, the advanced GE 1.5 Tesla MRI provides detailed imaging without ionizing radiation. Your scan is performed by a qualified GE-trained technologist with careful image quality checks and expert radiologist reporting. Reports are usually ready within 24 to 48 hours, with same-day reporting available for urgent cases. Major insurance accepted. Coverage depends on your plan. Bring or send your MRI referral directly to La Clinique du Corps. Call 451-6559, that's 451-6559, or WhatsApp 721-9950. 721-9950. La Clinique du Corps. Advanced GE MRI. Clear images. Expert radiologist reports.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
Happy birthday, my little Karina. Let's measure you and see how tall you grew this year. Wow, you grow so fast.
Just like Karina, you too can grow your investments into the future with a fixed deposit investment account at Capita Financial. You'll earn higher interest on your savings and pay no monthly fees. Whether you're a business, personal investor, or golden saver with long-term savings or retirement planning, needing your money to work for you, Capita Financial Services has a fixed deposit that's right for you. Visit capitacaribbean.com or email st.lucia@capitacaribbean.com to make a secure, dependable investment today.
St. Lucia, are you ready? The Kings are back. This August, come experience the excitement of the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League cricket as the St. Lucia Kings light up the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground. Join us on August 12th, 14th, 16th, 19th, and 21st from 7 p.m. Come for the cricket, come for the entertainment, come for the music, the vibes, the food, and the unforgettable atmosphere. Bring your friends, bring your family, and wear your King's colors with pride as we defend our home turf. St. Lucia Kings, one nation, one pride. Get your tickets now and be part of the action at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
The savings are bigger at Pastouche Global Trade. It's the Pastouche Summer Special, running all month long with unbeatable prices on the quality materials you trust. Get ready mix for just $115 per yard and concrete sand for only $120 per yard. Need blocks? We've got you covered. Strongest blocks at the best prices. And here's the deal you just can't afford to miss. Buy 10 yards and pay only $110 per yard for the entire month of August. Visit Pastouche Global Trade in Cul-de-sac behind Essential Hardware. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call us today at 489-0074 or 584-2514.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. We have a press release now coming from the NWU, and this press release reads about 25 senior shop stewards within the branches of the National Workers Union. They will participate in an industrial forum to be held mid-September 2026. The session, which will be held at the John Burke King Industrial Academy at Unity House, number 7, Maurice Mason Avenue, Sans Souci, Castries, will focus on building capacity within the trade union organization's membership at the levels that interface with management. Presentations will be made on the significance of the grievance complaint instrument within the NWU's operations, the importance of total mobilization of the union's branches, and the conciliatory process within the Labor Department. Among the presenters will be Secretary General of the NWU, a representative from the Labor Department, and an industrial relations expert. We have a WhatsApp message. It reads, "Hi Tim, the real test for our Prime Minister is August the 27th. What will be his actions if the investigations are not completed by then and the minister's vacation has ended?" Know that many of you are looking forward to August the 27th as if it is your birthday, because you want to find out what decision will be taken by the Prime Minister and how this whole thing will play out. As the writer of this WhatsApp message said, whether by then the police would have concluded their investigations and forwarded the outcome of that investigation to the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. And let us see if we have some more of your WhatsApp messages to go through. And one such message, and it reads, "Tim, I'm sure if it were you or me who brandish copies of SSDF checks online and making false statements, we would have already been locked up. Why is it so difficult for the management of the SSDF to make a statement on the allegations? If the allegations are not true, simply deny it and take legal action if necessary. Their silence is leading us to believe otherwise." Again, that's according to a WhatsApp message. And let us see if we have some more of your messages. And somebody says Tim, I cannot understand why some people do not like your show and they still listen to it. We have another WhatsApp message to go through. Another person says, "What is happening in the prisons? There are 4 to 6 males in one cell. It's overcrowded and unsanitary. My loved one stated the produce is spoiled and describes the food as tasteless, not even salt they have, no medication, no painkillers. Are they not people too?" Again, that is according to a WhatsApp message. We are following a development over in Dominica, a very, very sad one. A 16-year-old has been missing from the 24th of last month. And this 16-year-old, identified as Jabaya Paul, and her body, lifeless body, was recovered sometime yesterday. And the police, they have held a press conference along with the National Security Minister earlier today. It turns out that a police officer has been arrested and charged in connection with her murder. And we now hear from Dominica's Police Commissioner Lincoln Corbett, and he hosted a press conference earlier today along with other members of the hierarchy of the Dominica Police Force, as well as that country's National Security Minister. Here is the top cop of the Nature Isle.
On Tuesday, the 10th of August, we had new developments in the case. That is, I should say, intel-led information. And we conducted a search in an area of Capuchin, along with the fire and ambulance services, an area referred to as Cana in Capuchin. That search was conducted sometime in the afternoon. However, due to poor light, the search was suspended and continued the following day, the 11th of August. 2026. Again, we deployed very early, leaving headquarters about 6 o'clock in the morning, because we were intent on doing a very thorough search to find the missing child. Again, we were convinced that our search would have led to something. Sometime later that same day, that is the 11th of August, while conducting the search in a precipice in the Kana area, a remote area, with the assistance of the fire and ambulance services, we discovered human remains. Without giving more details about the remains, we are sort of convinced, we are convinced that the remains are that of the missing 16-year-old Jebaiah Paul of Glanville, Portsmouth. Again, based on our investigation, we surmise, and I think correctly so, that this remains that was found is that of the missing 16-year-old child. In furtherance of the investigations, on the 12th of August, that is last night, after 10 minutes to 11, I can report that one of our very own, police officer, Constable Jean-Luc Langlais of Portsmouth, was charged with the offense of murder. This morning, that is on the 13th of August 2026, he was taken before a magistrate's court, where the charge was read to him, and he has been remanded at the state prison pending the trial.
The police commissioner of Dominica speaking earlier today during a press conference. His name is Lincoln Cobbett, and speaking there on the fact that one of his lawmen, a police officer, has been charged with the murder of a 16-year-old who has been missing since July the 24th of 2026. She has been identified as Jebaiah Paul, and the body was discovered last evening. Let's continue with your calls. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon. Okay, the line is, the quality of that call is not too good at all. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Let's take a call on the landline. Hello, good afternoon to you. You're on the air.
Timothy, pleasant good afternoon to you and your listeners all over the world. PW on the line, Timothy.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Timothy, with all the controversy of the SSDF going on, Timothy, in this beautiful country of ours, it has opened up a kind of wounds, Timothy. You remember when this gentleman from overseas had threatened the Prime Minister, and a lot of St. Lucians, as well as UWP supporters, SLP supporters, was up in arms with this gentleman, asking him to withdraw his statement, asking him to apologize to the people of St. Lucia and the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. I am very concerned about the threats that is going on with people that are concerned about the SSDF. People that have their own programs are being threatened by supporters and well-wishers of the St. Lucia Labour Party. There are many threats coming in, Timothy, to these people. We have to be concerned, because any time these threats can be carried out, I am urging St. Lucians to remain a peaceful people and do not threaten people that speak out about things that is going on in the country. There are many talk show personalities that have been threatened over the last week because, they believe that a minister has been cornered. That's what it is. He has been cornered. So his supporters, and if you're not a supporter, you won't threaten somebody that, is calling out your PM and your Prime Minister. So you have to be a supporter. You understand? So the Prime Minister and the MP need to come out and talk, advise their supporters to not to threaten talk show hosts. We live in a very democratic country, and people need to be able to express their views and need to be able to ask for accountability and transparency in this country, Timothy. This must not allow to happen, or else this country will be a country of violence, and people are going to be violent from both sides of the aisle. So I am saying to St. Lucian, please do not allow this to happen. Do not have people talk to your supporters and ask them to do not threaten people. Timothy, I thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. With regard to this unfortunate incident over in Dominica, it was also revealed during that press conference today that this case would have reaped some level of success with the assistance of a lot of outside agencies, including those from the US, the UK, as well as the law enforcement over in Barbados, that's the RSS, and even our own Royal St. Lucia Police Force. We continue with your calls. Let's take a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, team, and how are you?
I am okay. How about you, caller?
They're holding on.
What's in your mind?
I'm calling from one of the schools as a caretaker. I'm calling the National Workers Union to tell us something about negotiations they had with government, because I purchased my tools. We were supposed to get shoes, uniforms. We have not gotten it, and the union not saying anything about it. They're not calling us. It is not collecting funds from us. I heard I am listening all the time. I hear when they go negotiate for other people, all what they get. But I don't think the National Workers Union is representing caretakers properly.
Mm-hmm.
When we get a little increase, we work so hard. I work in a school where I do not even have a blower. When I cut the grass, there's so much grass to cut. I will not mention the school, but when I know you, when I meet you, I'll tell you.
Right.
I've spoken to the minister. I work in the north. Several times he promised me, I've spoken to him when he come to give the children toys in the school. All he does, he tell whoever is there with him, his assistant, make a note. And he has come a number of times. When I ask him about it, you don't get that here. That's what I hear. In this day and age, when you have to cut so much grass in a school, there's a lot of work where I am, and I'll tell you, Tim. I've been begging for a blower and a pressure washer for the school. I think it's high time that they do something about it. And I've even spoken to the union about it. I've gone to the person in charge in the ministry. That at the time he said there was not enough funds and all of that.
Maybe they should go to the SSDF, get some funds there.
Maybe. Well, thank you for mentioning that, Tim, because I have only something of my own, something I need to help for. I think I will go there. Thank you for You know, at least I learned so much from this scandal, whatever that is going on there. Thank you.
Okay.
I need the union to represent us better. I take my money, I buy gloves, I buy boots. I mean, you don't wear boots all the time because the sun is hot. They negotiate. We ask for steel toe and rubber boots. We not getting that. The NWU is not representing the caretakers and security at the school properly. We need them to do better than that. Thank you, Tim.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling. So, my friends at the NWU, you heard the concerns being expressed there by a caretaker. Here's hoping that you'll take this into consideration and represent the interests of that individual and the other caretakers. Imagine that you would have to engage the relevant authorities, the minister with responsibility for education, among others. Still to come on this, the most monitored talk show in the world, Jordi Pa. Yeah.
Advance your career at Lightspark Training with a globally recognized certification. Conveniently located on High Street, Castries, Lightspark offers a wide range of programs to make the most of your career. Certifications in project management, risk management, quality management, marketing, ACC accounting, human resources, Microsoft, Cisco, and IT technician certification, graphic design, web design, and programming. Complete a diploma in accounting in 6 months or a bachelor's degree in just over a year. Call us today at 451-8918 or visit us at www.lightspark.com.
It's time to play easy as 1, 2, 3. All right, contestants, answer this. What's as easy as 1, 2, 3?
1. Driving my new car. 2. Moving into my dream home. 3. Earning more interest on my savings.
We have a winner. Tell us, what's your secret?
Capita Financial Services.
Feel like a winner every day with safe investments and easy personal financing for your vehicle, land, or home. Visit capitacaribbean.com or email st.lucia@capitacaribbean.com.
When your doctor recommends an MRI, choose La Clinique du Corps. Right here in St. Lucia, the advanced GE 1.5 Tesla MRI provides detailed imaging without ionizing radiation. Your scan is performed by a qualified GE-trained technologist with careful image quality checks and expert radiologist reporting. Reports are usually ready within 24 to 48 hours, with same-day reporting available for urgent cases. Major insurance accepted. Coverage depends on your plan. Bring or send your MRI referral directly to La Clinique du Corps. Call 451-6559, that's 451-6559, or WhatsApp 721-9950. 721-9950. La Clinique du Corps. Advanced GE MRI. Clear images. Expert radiologist reports.
Are you looking for premium quality, frozen fresh at an unbeatable price? Visit Kenty's today, your one-stop shop for wholesale and retail liquor and frozen foods. Now fully stocked with chicken wings, chicken legs, chicken necks, pigtails, turkey wings, and so much more. Visit Kenty's on Chaussee Road today or give them a call at 461-3446. Kenty's, frozen fresh, great prices, and service you can trust.
Lucilec averti ou pour point précaution durant saison cyclone ça là. Mi un petit commission qui kaywen de ou protéger la vie ou ek propriétaire ou. Couiller Lucilec avant ou trim et bien couper pied bois qui pouet ligne électrique. Veillez pour ligne courant électrique avant ou monter l'échelle. Fait assurer l'échelle, scaffold et bout d'outils ou ka servi pas venir moins qui 10 pieds hors ligne courant électrique. Pas jamais servi appliance et ben outils qui ka servi courant électrique. Des wall côté qui mouillé et ben en la pli. Ça, c'était en commission Hod Lucille.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for at Lazarus Funeral Home. Losing a loved one isn't something you can foresee. Since the beginning, affordability has been one of our priorities. Every day we're proving that burials don't have to be expensive. If cost is a factor in your time of bereavement, call Lazarus Funeral Home. We have coffins starting at $800 plus taxes. Nothing can cause more disappointment than poor quality. Help us help you keep your last memory of your loved one sacred. Make it special. Make it Lazarus Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Located at Bibliotheque Castries at 452-7491 and New Dock Road V4 at 454-6555.
We ready for the road, we ready for the road. We First National, your next move bold. We ready for the road, we ready for the road. We First National, your next move bold. Get ready for your next ride with the drive ahead from First National Bank. Enjoy up to 100% financing and rock bottom interest rates on new vehicle loans. Because we're not only here for you, we're driving ahead. We're ready for the road. We First National Bank, your next move bold. Visit one of our partner dealerships, any First National Bank branch or firstnationalbankonline.com today. Promotion runs through November 30th. Terms and conditions apply.
The savings are bigger at Pastouche Global Trade. It's the Pastouche Summer Special, running all month long with unbeatable prices on the quality materials you trust. Get ready mix for just $115 per yard and concrete sand for only $120 per yard. Need blocks? We've got you covered. Strongest blocks at the best prices. And here's the deal you just can't afford to miss. Buy 10 yards and pay only $110 per yard for the entire month of August. Visit Pastouche Global Trade in Cul-de-sac behind Essential Hardware. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call us today at 489-0074 or 584-2514.
Stop paying full price. With Flow, you can slash your bill in half. You heard right. Cut your mobile bill in half when you add mobile to internet. That's the most reliable Wi-Fi at home. Plus, all the data you need on the go. So don't wait. Double your connection and double your value for half the price. Add mobile to internet today. Visit in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
St. Lucia, are you ready? The Kings are back. This August, come experience the excitement of the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League cricket as the St. Lucia Kings light up the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground. Join us on August 12th, 14th, 16th, 19th and 21st from 7 p.m. Come for the cricket, come for the entertainment, come for the music, the vibes, the food and the unforgettable atmosphere. Bring your friends, bring your family, and wear your King's colors with pride as we defend our home turf. St. Lucia Kings, one nation, one pride. Get your tickets now and be part of the action at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
The very popular Catcher Day is back, and the buzz is going around like a busy bee. And it makes sense because customers are guaranteed 15% off on all Kasha machines. People have been itching to hear this news, and it's finally here. The dates, August 28th and 29th, 2026. The place is Europa Hardware in Massad. The event is Catcher Day for the fathers, men and ladies too. Everyone wants to pay less and get more. This is your time. Vacuum cleaners, pressure washers, steam cleaners, upholstery cleaners, carpet cleaners, floor scrubbers, and more. Don't say if I knew. Now you know. 452-0763 Europa.
Mercury Fest is calling. Epic Events and Events St. Lucia presents St. Lucia Mercury Fest Weekend. Saturday, August 15. Peach and Island Beach comes alive with Meryl, Ezra the Fun Machine, Andrew, Sally Boy, Black Boy,
Your hands have to touch bunny floor.
Danny J, and more. DJs, DJ MJ, Hollywood HP, A1 Jugglers, Lychee Sounds, Levi Chin, DJ Shanks, and top regional DJs. Get your tickets now at ForCirclesTickets.com, Bazooka.com, The Cell, and 6-Car Rental at the Ronnie Bay Marina. St. Lucia Mercury Fest Weekend, supported by the St. Lucia Tourism Authority.
Our choice was clear, now let's be united. To whom much is given, much is expected. Mr. Pierre, though the victory was stunning, you never glowed, you hit the ground running. Be mindful how fickle politics is. Focus and fulfill campaign promises. Once you continue to deliver, rest assured we will be in your corner. Your past deeds are now irrelevant. What you doing now, that's important. On current form, you'll be judged, Mr. Pierre, so just perform basket. Johnny Payet, Johnny Payet, Monsieur Pierre, Johnny Payet. Ça ou fait, ça ou est, j'ose pas ban nous payen, pour chaye glo, ek koudan, pour go siwo. Johnny Payet, Monsieur Pierre, Johnny Payet. Même l'en qui bat chien blanc, kay bat chien noir. Depuis ça ou promet, nous est y a fait. Monsieur Pierre toujours, nous caille ici pour nous. Mais si ou pas délivré ou PSP, même l'an qui bénit, caille maudit. Juste fait nous contents et pousser nous devant. Nous pas caille ni, raison pour pas autant. Johnny Payet, Johnny Payet, Monsieur Pierre changé, Johnny Payet. Kaiso, from the heart to my PM. Yeah. Listen. DG Cell and Flow, Lucilec and Wasco. Banks, insurances, supermarkets also. Where are the government regulators to protect consumers from those predators? DGPP and special prosecutor have not delivered what we pay big dollars for. Nowadays, in less than 5 years, public officials become millionaires. Call on the Integrity Commission. They comatose, missing in action. Get on the ball. It's your call, Mr. Pierre. No to bubble. Pasque, Johnny Payet, Johnny Payet, Monsieur Pierre, Johnny Payet. Ça ou fait, ça ou est, juste pas ban nous payen, pour chaye glo, ek koudan, pour go siwo. Johnny Payet, Monsieur Pierre, Johnny Payet. Même l'en qui bat chien blanc, kay bat chien noir. Depuis ça ou promet, nous est y ka fait. Monsieur Pierre toujours. For nous, mais si ou pas délivré ou PSP, même langue qui bénit, caille maudit, juste fait nous contents et pousser nous devant. Nous pas caille ni, raison pour pas autant. Johnny Payet, Johnny Payet, Monsieur Pierre changé, Johnny. From the heart A letter to my PM. Listen. The majority in Parliament is no reason to get complacent and to sacrifice good governance at the altar of greed and arrogance. We hand you back-to-back mandates, Mr. Pierre, parce que nous quoi, ou fait meilleur, to strengthen the sick, disabled and poor, and win the youth of the drug and gun culture in a quest for development. The crime level is an impediment. The time is here to declare Mr. Pierre, criminals beware, parce que Johnny Payen, Monsieur Pierre, Johnny Payen, ça ouvert, ça ouvert, just pas no point.
A track for this year's Calypso competition, T.C. Brown with Jordi Payer, warning the Prime Minister, putting him on notice. In effect, what he's saying there, today is not yesterday. Yesterday we supported you, but today we're looking forward to you delivering on the various promises that you made to us, because according to T.C. Brown again, the same stick which beat the black dog will use it to beat the white dog. Okay, so the Prime Minister of St. Lucia has been warned. And we have a WhatsApp message. I must read this one, and it's on behalf of the gentleman who called, the caretaker who called, requesting a blower to conduct his work, that is the cutting of grass at a particular learning institution in the islands north. Somebody says there, the man that need the blower, they're firing that man tomorrow. If it does happen, we'll be reporting it to you, because we don't think that will be fair, and also we'll mount a serious campaign on behalf of the individual, because we have all heard about freedom of speech. I don't think he insulted anyone. He did not even identify the school in question. All he's saying, he requires proper representation from his trade union, and also he wants the Ministry of Education to provide him with the tools to perform his duties. So we'll be keeping note. Sir, if you are fired, please contact the most monitored talk show in the world. We will highlight it and know that you'll be getting your job back. You know, that's how confident we have gotten in terms of providing representation to the people of St. Lucia. Imagine if you fire this gentleman and the new spinners in St. Lucia decide that we will be soliciting his work. Okay, giving him job after job, clearing our lawn, etc. So we'll be monitoring this one. So again, the person says, Tim, the man who need the blower, they're firing that man tomorrow. I don't think the education minister will let that happen at all. My good friend Kenson Casimir. So we really put him on notice. Don't touch this guy. You can't fire him. He did not insult you. He did not insult the Ministry of Education. He is just airing his views. He wants the proper tools to perform his duties. Let's turn our attention now to our NewsSpin News of the Day. The NewsSpin News of the Day reads, the death toll has reached 265 following Monday's massive 7.4 magnitude earthquake in Colombia. The NewsSpin News of the Day reads, the death toll has reached 265 following Monday's massive 7.4 magnitude earthquake in Colombia. That's the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. Don't forget, please like the video, share, subscribe to the NewsSpin YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to help the NewsSpin YouTube channel grow. My name is Timothy Poleon. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon, same time, with another program. Somebody says there, just one WhatsApp message. Good afternoon, Tim. Wow, I just viewed the public statement made by the top cop in Dominica. I find it extremely notable And although I'm not a resident of Dominica, I have to commend and respect him for taking such a position publicly. Unfortunately, when I look at the situation in St. Lucia, the same cannot be said of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. The contrast is quite striking, and frankly, it is a shame. Goodbye to you, and stay safe. We'll be back, God willing, tomorrow afternoon at 12:30.